everybody, and welcome to my Friday evening behind the scenes live show. Tonight I'm really excited because I've got a very special guest with me, and actually it's quite fitting that she is my first guest that I don't know. Her name, if you've been watching or looking at any of my promos, is Allison Kennedy, and I'm just going to put myself on screen now so that you can see me. Hey there. And Allison was actually one of the first people that I met when I first started writing. In fact, probably the first person I met when I first started writing. And that's been more years ago than I care to remember. And we've shared lots of ups and downs and lots of journeys since then. And we've kind of maintained a great friendship throughout, which has been great. She lived in Oklahoma, so we've never actually physically met. But we do talk a lot. And we do have a great laugh. So I'm absolutely thrilled that she's here with me tonight. As I've said before, she's an author, but she also paints, she sings, she kind of does everything. She really is amazing. So I'm just going to welcome her in a moment. First of all, I will give you a little preview of her book. Wait a minute. There we go. Sorry, me and technology. I'm getting there. Okay, so there we go. So these are her 3 books, which she's going to be talking about. And I'll put that back on again in a minute. It's got her website on the bottom as well there. I'll put that back on again in a minute, and then you can obviously have a look. But now I would like to welcome her, my guest for today. Let me just hold on a moment. I had this much better last week. Okay, here she is. Right, she'll be live on screen in just a second. And here she is. So technology has worked.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
You're very welcome. I'm just trying to work out what I've got to do now. Hold on a moment. Right, here we go. Yay! Right, we're both on screen. So first of all, everybody that's watching now and obviously watching on replay, huge welcome from both of us to the show. As you know, I've not been doing this very long, so I'm not terribly good at it. Alison's a bit of a pro at live video. She's done ever such a lot. But I'm just going to let her tell you a little bit about her journey and her books and everything else that she does. And then we're going to have a bit of fun, because one of the things that Alice and I are always laughing about is the difference between the way that we in the UK pronounce words and the way that Allison and obviously everybody over in America pronounces them. We've actually got a list of words that we're going to be having a laugh with. And if you want to get involved, please do. All you need to do is drop a note in the comments, say hi. We'll bring you up on screen, and then you can it doesn't matter what it is, just say hi, let us know you're watching, and give us some words to have a go at. The more complicated, the better, and we'll have a laugh. So anyway, I've rambled, as I always do. I'm just going to hand over to Allison. I'll let her tell you a little bit about who she is and what she does.
Well, thank you. So I've been writing now for about, I don't even want to say how long. About 15 years ago is when I started this trilogy. And it was a really long journey, a really complicated journey. But I would say that this trilogy is kind of what opened the door for me in a lot of creative aspects. Without this whole adventure, I wouldn't have learned how to do website design or a lot of different things. So it's been really, really good. I don't know what else to say. I come from Oregon, which is on the West Coast, for those of you who know where that is. And I came to Oklahoma about 8 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's been that long. It's crazy. And I met my husband here. We got married, and then we had a beautiful baby 4 years later. You talking? That's me.
Excellent. And as I said, Alison's one of the first people I met. And how long ago was that? I mean, that's got to be 5, 6 years ago.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yes. I think it was like shortly after you finished writing one of your books. I remember meeting you on my blog, and then that's where we met.
Yeah. So it's been fantastic. We've managed to sort of stay in touch, which has been which has been great. I did say we were going to talk a little bit about website design, and maybe we will come on to that because that was what the theme was going to be, but we've kind of got a bit carried away with all the other bits and pieces that we talk about. I have had a question come in, and I will just pop it on screen now. Okay. Is Allison speaking American or English?
That's really funny. I mean, I guess it would depend on who you talk to. I think I'm speaking American because my English is not very, I can't talk as pretty as AnnMarie can.
See, you even say my name lovely. It's brilliant. It's not like the way you say it. It's just fantastic. So if anybody else wants to drop a comment in, please do. If you're just watching, just say hi so we know you're there and we can just kind of say hi back and everything like that. Allison did mention briefly her trilogy, and I did show them the picture a bit earlier on, and I'm going to find it again. And these 3 books, perhaps you can just tell everybody what they're about, because they're, oh, not that one. That's another. She's a photographer. Okay, this is one of her photos that she Stop laughing. This is serious. We'll get back to the books. So this is one of your newborn photography sessions.
Yes.
Did you want to say a little bit about that?
My photography?
Yeah, because we're now completely out of order. So just go for it. We'll put your picture on there.
Yes, I am a lifestyle photographer, which is basically a photographer who does sessions in a person's home, kind of documenting their life, especially with babies, which is always really nice because there's a lot of things that people love to remember. And so I do a lot of those. I do a lot of photo shoots for businesses to help advertise. Those are really my favorite types of sessions to do, the lifestyle and the other ones, because they're more like unposed and they're really natural, and that's my favorite. So I started photography about 8 years ago, and then made it a business about 5 years ago. And I love it. It's one of my biggest passions.
So I don't know whether you've seen these come on screen. We've had a couple of comments come in. How would you say, this is Rona, who's a really, really good friend of mine. How would you pronounce her name?
Rona?
Yeah. That's pretty similar. Hi, Rona. We've also had, hang on a minute. Right, bear with me. We've had Sandra come on as well. Where is Sandra? Okay, we've got Mark being very silly. I'll put his question on again in a minute. So this is Sandra. So how do you say Sandra?
It depends. There's Sandra and there's Sandra, but I would say that's Sandra.
Yeah. I love how you put the emphasis on it. It's fantastic. Hi, Sandra. Lovely to see you. I'm really pleased you're watching. So we were going to be really serious. We were going to have a really proper professional show, but I've completely lost the plot. So it's kind of gone totally out the window.
I mean, you and I laugh too much, so...
Okay, so this is a question from Susanna B. Allison, tell us about your books. That's where we were going before I got lost with the newborn picture, isn't it? Okay. Well, tell us about your books.
Yes, my books are they are fantasy, and I don't know what to say about them. They're one of my biggest loves in the world. But they're kind of a fantasy / I guess you would say a little bit of romance. If you trying to think of something to compare them to, I don't really have any comparisons in mind, but if you love fantasy or any type of like medieval type stories, or a lot of people who enjoy Lord of the Rings, not that I'm even comparing my books to Lord of the Rings because that would be pretty blasphemous, but those kind of readers typically like my books. So
yeah, they're brilliant. I mean, she is an incredibly talented writer, and I can't say that I can't praise her highly enough, but they are fantastic, but they can be quite gruesome in parts. And I remember when I read her first one, and it's those of you that know me, I write and I read romance. That's what I do. So when I kind of read Allison's book, it was a bit like, okay, I sort of had to like really kind of think, but they are honestly absolutely fantastic. And I will put the link on at the end for anybody that wants to kind of obviously find Allison and find out more about her books. We have got some more questions coming in. Sandra has come back and said that most people pronounce her name Sandra. I don't know.
Sandra. Where are you from? Where is she from? England?
Yeah, she's down the road from me.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then, that pronunciation.
Okay. Right, I'm going to have to put Mark on screen because he is being very persistent. Okay, so this one let's go with a bit of a
no comment on that one, Mark. I try to stay as unpolitical as possible.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
And the other one he came up with, well, the question is, can you spell Mississippi?
Well, he spelled it for me, didn't he?
If he's already put it on there, then you kind of can.
I learned how to spell Mississippi in the first grade. It was a little like song thing we would sing, and that's when I learned to pronounce or spell it. So
I think it's probably the same one as probably the same one that we did. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Right. So now we've got a question coming in from one of our biggest fans. Here we go. This is one for you, Allison.
Okay.
Living in Oklahoma, have you ever seen the musical by the same name?
You know, I have not seen the musical, and that's probably because I'm not actually from Oklahoma. I've only been here for a handful of years, so it's not something that I grew up, I think a lot of Oklahomans have probably seen it, but no, I haven't. I should probably watch it just so I can say I did.
The thing that fascinates me about where you are now, the little I know about it, is it's kind of cowboy country, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, it can be. It kind of depends. I live right in the city, and the city is actually pretty artsy and modern, I would say. But there are a lot of cowboy types around here, definitely.
See, for us over here in the UK, who don't generally see cowboys around, that actually sounds like quite good fun. But I guess it's probably quite normal for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. And even back home in Oregon, there's a lot of cowboys and cowgirls, and I think that's just America in general.
Oh, now I've got a lovely comment in from Rona, who I will pay later. She says, how is it juggling work and motherhood? AnnMarie is amazing at it, even if she doesn't agree.
She is amazing at it. You are. Juggling work and motherhood is pretty hard, especially I would say this past 6 months or so, because Evelyn is a toddler now and she's become more independent and wanting to get into everything and not listening to the word no. And so pretty much the only time I can work on uninterrupted is when she's asleep. And that only happens about 45 minutes a day. So I feel like most of my day is spent chasing her around. And then when I can fit in a little bit of work, I do. But I'm just looking forward to her being able to be more self-sufficient so I can work more.
I agree. Absolutely. It is quite hard trying to do everything.
It is.
In amongst all of that, you've managed to write 3 books and launch a successful photography business and all sorts of other things. So
my daughter's baby.
We've got sound effects in the background, everybody. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I believe they're coming from a toddler. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Right, what else were we going to talk about?
Oh, gosh.
Yes. So we were going to talk about English and American words.
Yes.
We've had a couple of Skype chats over the years, and we've had a lot of fun with this.
Yes.
So we're going to pop some words on the screen. We're both going to say them, and we're just going to kind of see how it goes. Oh, this is Evelyn, everybody.
Sorry, I had to get out of her Quick, 1 second. See, that's life with a toddler. It's always unpredictable.
So, first word we're going for is, so we say vitamin.
We say vitamin.
Okay.
Do we try to pronounce it like each other?
Go on then.
Vitamin.
Oh, that just sounded so wrong. Okay. Okay. Vitamin. Okay, this is not going to work.
It's really funny.
Rona said, "Good job. It's not smell-o-vision." I presume that's referring to Evelyn. Oh dear, bless her. Okay, we've got a word. We've got another word come in. Here we go. Okay. Potato.
That reminds me of have you seen Lord of the Rings before?
No.
There's a scene where one of the hobbits says potato, but he says potato, and that's what it made me think of.
Well, see, we do tend to pronounce, because we do say potato. Well, not potato. We say potato. So I suppose we soften the O, but yeah, we do tend to pronounce it more than. Yes. Okay, we've got Rona's come back in. Can you both say where I come from? Go on then, Alison. Have a go.
First, shouldn't I? Howick.
Okay. I would pronounce that Horwick.
Oh, so I mean, I was kind of close.
Because it's not somewhere that I know, so I'm sure Rona will tell us in good time whether or not either of us were roughly close. It's up in Scotland.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I'll have to get Rona on here, and then you can talk to a Scottish person.
Why do you say gas when it's a liquid?
Yeah, why do you say gas when it's a liquid?
I'm not sure I understand the question. So, do you only say gas if it's?
We call it petrol. So the stuff you put in your car, like you put gas in your car. We put petrol in our car, and obviously it's a liquid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why we do that. It's just the way it is.
Okay. Right. What was the next one? Okay, this is a good one.
Oh, gosh. Say it again.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Go on then. I know how you're going to say this.
Aluminum.
How can it be? Was it aluminum? What did you say?
Well, let me think here. Aluminum. I don't know. I mean, I guess you probably pronounce it properly, but that's not how we pronounce it.
Okay. So we were both wrong. It's actually pronounced hoik. Hoik? Is that right? Hoik.
Is it hoik or hoik?
Hoik. I don't know. Hoik. Well, we were both hopelessly wrong.
Well, that's okay.
Let me just check. I haven't got anything else come in before we go on to the next word. See, how do you pronounce it? No, you missed the I can't even say that. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Okay. Right, let's do a couple more. That one's okay. Oh, this will be a good one. Mobile.
I say mobile.
So try and say mobile then.
Mobile.
Oh, goodness me.
So basically, I would never be able to play a British person in a movie.
No, I guess not. It's weird, isn't it? You don't realise how different the pronunciations are.
Definitely.
Now, this one, I have to put this one in because this is one of my absolute favourites. And this is from A Few Good Men. And the reason it's not from A Few Good Men, but the reason it's one of my favorites is from the film A Few Good Men, because Tom Cruise's character, whose name I can't remember, and the other guy whose name I can't remember, which is really helpful. They're talking about a court case where someone smuggled some of this in. And the first time I watched it, I was like, what? I had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. And it wasn't until quite a bit later on, maybe the second or third time I saw the film, that I actually realised they were talking about a herb. So we pronounce this oregano, but Alison would say...
Like origami.
Oregano. So
we pronounce it oregano.
Which is just so different. It's funny.
You know what's funny too is you say herb and we say herb. There's no H.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yes.
Sandra, how do you say that then?
Schedule.
Yes, we say schedule.
Schedule.
Oh dear. And I've got one more coming from Mark.
We pronounce with an F.
But we pronounce that lieutenant.
Oh, interesting. Say that again, one more time.
Lieutenant.
Why is there an F?
I have no idea.
We just say lieutenant.
See, that's one word that I would say I would agree with, that you're probably pronouncing it.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, I don't know. We
Fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we, as you can see, we've had a lot of fun with that over the years. Now, we were going to talk a little bit about websites. Please keep the questions and the comments coming in, and we will continue to answer them as best we can. Now, the reason I wanted to talk with Alison about websites, if anybody's thinking of making their own website, is because obviously she's done a lot of design and she's got a lot of creative skills. I have zero. And I found it incredibly difficult to, you mentioned it when you were talking about what you did earlier on about building a website. And I found it incredibly difficult to actually work out how to do that. So, I don't know, I was just going to kind of say, any tips really for anybody that is starting out, whether it be writing like we do, or whether it be, anything, that like the photography that you do. Have you got any kind of easy tips to just get people started if they're looking to build a website?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the whole reason that I learned how to do it, honestly, was because I couldn't pay somebody. I couldn't afford to have anybody do it for me. And so over the years, I just started kind of experimenting with different website hosts and figuring out what my style was and what I liked visually, as well as who had hosting that was easy and user-friendly. Excuse me. And so I went through some really, really ugly websites. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I went through some that were just awful. But over the years, it just the skill sort of developed. And now I would highly, highly recommend Squarespace for anybody who's starting out, because it's so easy to use. You don't have to have any design skills whatsoever. If you can, select your options, you can make it work. And I know absolutely nothing about website coding, and even not having any of that knowledge, Squarespace is still really, really simple to use. And if anybody wants to go to my websites, they can see kind of what I've done, and it's been super easy to do. And so I would say just experiment with it. Try using a host that has tools that are easy, because a lot of them don't. A lot of them either require somebody to make the website for you, or it's just too overwhelming. So that's my advice for that.
Yeah, so I've kind of arrived at it a slightly different way. And I started with, who are you with at the moment? Who's your hosting? Oh, you said what did you say? Squarespace?
Yes.
Yeah. And who's hosting? Do they do the hosting as well?
Yeah, they do all of that. My my domain is actually through WordPress, but yeah, I've got it connected, and Squarespace is where I do all my designing for my website.
Yeah. Because I've just switched to Bluehost for cost reasons, like Allison. The main reason that I have done my own website is because I can't afford to pay anybody to do it. And it is incredibly difficult for people that don't have a natural ability with creative, don't have a creative flair, shall we say. I found I used GoDaddy to start with, and I found their website builder was very, very easy to use. It was literally drag and drop. The downside was the price, and they actually now, for me, are cost prohibitive. So I've just gone on to Bluehost, which is also a WordPress web as well. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I think it is doable if you've got the kind of the time and the patience, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. And even if you don't know how to do all the coding to make it super customized, you can still make a really beautiful website if you use the right host or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if host is the proper word for that, but yeah, I mean, I literally know nothing about that, and I love my websites, how they look. So
we have another question.
Okay.
Soccer or football? Do you call American football football? We call soccer football.
We call American football football and soccer soccer.
So I don't even know what the difference is. American football is, what's the difference between that and our football then? Because I was thinking of baseball, but that's something entirely different, isn't it?
Yes, baseball is completely different. Football is, I don't know what you call football, but you know, it's the big field with the ball that's kind of shaped like, you know, an oval or whatever with points on the end.
I don't rugby. Is that,
I don't watch.
Is that the oval ball?
Yes.
Oh, that's rugby.
Oh, that's funny. No, I mean, I think football and rugby are fairly similar. Hi, baby. But soccer is the round white ball with the black spots on it.
So that's football. That's football.
Oh, that is?
Yeah. So we have football, and then the oval ball is rugby.
How
and
funny.
Then we don't have baseball, but we have cricket. And that's hilarious because you don't understand cricket at all, do you?
No, when you told me you watched cricket, I thought cricket was with the little bats, that like the net bats and the little net thing. You know what I'm talking about? I think you call it croquet or croquet? Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I remember we did have a great conversation once when I was telling you about cricket, and you were just like, "What?"
Yes.
I don't think it's reached your shores yet.
You have a spy in the background.
Sorry. What was that?
Oh, you had a spy in the background when it.
Oh, who's? Oh. Hi. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. For some reason that makes absolutely no sense to me, I've just been given a dish in which to put greens for my son's reptile. Why that happened live on air, I do not know, but there we go.
Yeah, baby. That's funny.
Okay. So, what else did I have that I was going to talk to you about? I can't remember now. I have completely lost the plot. See, last week I was quite organised and I knew what I was doing. This week I have completely lost the plot.
Okay, it's fun just to chat.
So let me put your books on again because we're not going to be here for all that much longer now. So these are Allison's books, and just remind me or remind everybody where they can get them from if they wanted to.
They are available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. The third book, Ascended, is not available yet. It's coming out on December 12th. So the first two, though, you can purchase on Amazon.
And this is my show. And because I think I ought to do a bit of shameless self-promotion, there's mine. Hey! And the second one of mine is coming out very soon as well.
When is that? Do you have a date yet?
No, it's still in editing at the moment. I would like to get it out before the end of the year, but I think it's probably unlikely now. I think we might be looking at beginning of next year. Okay. But it's so exciting. I mean, I can't believe, and this won't be of interest to anybody watching this, but I can't believe that when we first met, that I don't think either of us had any books out at that time, did we?
I don't think so. No, I think I was still trying to get my first one out.
Yeah. I can't believe we're in a situation now where we've both kind of, crazy. Right, we've got one more question come in, which I think we've got time for, which is what like our college?
I'm not sure what your college is like, so I don't really know.
What age do you go to high school?
Usually 14, sometimes a little older or younger, kind of depends on when your birthday is. But when is your college?
No, so college is 16 onwards. We have secondary school, which is 11 onwards. So,
okay.
And then we have primary, infants and primary, which is from age 4 to 11. And then we have secondary, which is 11 to 16. And then, hello! And then, let me put you on full screen and you can wave at everyone, Evelyn. Hang on, let me get rid of Mark's question. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, I didn't want that one. Okay, you're on full screen. Are you going to say hi?
You say hi? Say hi. Now she's all shy. There you go. Hi.
Yeah, so high school for you is from age 14, did you say?
Yeah, around that.
Okay. So no, then high school is not like college. Sandra said hello, Evelyn.
Hello. Say hello. She's being shy.
Right, okay. Well, I think that's probably us done. Was there anything else you wanted to say while you're live in the UK? Gosh, that's exciting, isn't it?
I'm just
one of these days you're coming to visit, aren't you?
I want to so bad. I want to. I have always wanted to come to England. It's been like a dream of mine my whole life. And before I had Evelyn, I actually was like kind of seriously thinking about coming and seeing you because, it's a lot easier without a baby. But yeah, maybe someday. That would be great.
And that hi with all the love hearts is for Evelyn as well.
Aww. Yes. Everybody loves you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I think we've covered everything we were going to cover and we've kind of gone a bit crazy and gone a bit, off-piste and it's all kind of gone a bit mad. But that's all part of the fun of live show.
That's right. I love it.
So I'm really, really chuffed that you were able to come and be with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And if you want to see any of Alison's work, any of her photography work, I will put all of her website links in the comments below after the show, along with my website link as well. And if you want to ask any more questions, please do so. And I can always pass them on to Allison or vice versa. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Allison, for joining me. I'm sorry it's been totally crazy and all over the place. But we've had a laugh. And I shall look forward to seeing you all here again next Friday. Actually, next Friday I have a lady from Canada coming on. So that's going to be, we're going to be talking accents and all kinds of things then as well. So that should be great fun. So that's it from me.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's been lovely to talk to you. And we shall see you all soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.